This is the start of what we're all hoping to be something interesting and something great. Hello, and welcome to our gathering of heroes. These are the would-be heroes of the Marvel Universe, an actual play using the relatively new Marvel Multiverse 616 TTRPG system. As a warning, this is a game that can also explore mature themes, and while we will be specifically avoiding some topics, the game may still include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and other topics. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams will be available on YouTube after the game, and you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. Now, before we get started, let's do a quick little round-robin introduction of our players. Starting with Gideon Price.
Hey guys, I'm D, or Night Wanderer, and I will be playing Gideon Price, aka John Doe.
Serafina.
Hi, I'm Lucky Red Sparrow, and I will be playing Serafina, or Synapse.
Cillian.
Hi, I am Cloud, and I will be playing Killian, aka Solstice.
Raylan.
Hey everybody, it's the one and only Nola Fanger, and I'll be playing, excuse me, Brown Recluse, a New Yorker that lives out west. Long story, you'll find out later.
Excellent. No, I just lost my page. 1 second. I should have a voice modulator here. In the vast tapestry of existence, beyond the confines of our mundane reality, there exists a web of dimensions, each a strand in the cosmic fabric of the multiverse. These dimensions, intertwined and interwoven, are bound by forces ancient and eldritch, forces that defy mortal comprehension. In this ever-expanding cosmos, where the boundaries of possibility blur and the very fabric of reality shimmers like glass, we glimpse moments where the threads of fate diverge and the unimaginable becomes manifest. Prepare, dear viewer, to witness the convergence of destinies and the unveiling of cosmic secrets as we embark on a journey beyond the boundaries of reality itself. Welcome to a realm where what if becomes what is, and where the extraordinary is just a heartbeat away from the ordinary. To set the stage, we are in Seattle. It's later in the evening, cloudless sky, which is rare for Seattle. And most of the city is winding itself down for the night. Would you please be so kind, Gideon Price, perhaps let everyone know what event Gideon Price was at this evening.
Gideon has very recently begun his new career, let's say, as a professor at the University of Puget Sound, and he has used the opportunity to be, as he is very good at being, extremely unnoticeable at a party of sorts that is meant for a welcoming of new staff and new students at the university. At this party, he proceeded to be as unnoticeable and forgettable as he can, something that he has perfected over the years.
Fair. Serafina, what would Serafina be doing this evening?
This evening, Serafina is currently ensconced in her little tech lab, which honestly she's kind of broke, so her computers are really expensive, but she has just like a beanbag that she sleeps on, and she's currently curled up in that and is currently going through the police scanners and some of the interdepartmental emails. Did you know that Carol from Counts is sleeping with Jack from financials. It's very weird.
Why would they put in that in the interdepartmental emails?
It's rumors, of course. No one's saying it outright.
It's terrible.
I know. The gall. But that's kind of what she's doing at the moment. She is just looking for any things of alarm, anything that would draw her attention that she would need to investigate further.
Oh, what's Killian up to?
Killian is most likely in his backyard with a nice big historical book of some nature. And I would believe on a Saturday, he would have what I would refer to as arcane radio. So maybe some sort of orb that he can take sound waves from, different radio waves that are in the air, and they will emit them from itself. So it kind of works like a radio. And he's just looking for any mentions of some sort of alien type or some sort of strange creature being seen. But other than that, he's intensely focused into his book.
Fair. What is Raylan up to this evening?
Hanging upside down on the ceiling from his webs, taking feet pics and going through Tinder.
As one does. So, let me get back to this. Sorry. Seraphina would be the first to hear, I think. You would get an announcement that would pop up on the police scanner, because we all know you're listening to it. And it says, "Attention local personnel, we have a code 56, possible 62B at the Seattle Art Museum. All units in the vicinity, please respond."
Do I know what any of those codes mean? As a person, like, because I'm Australian, I don't know
Fair.
that shit.
No, that's
actually.
fair. In real life, very easy to Google. But I honestly, that's
Would Seraphina know?
would Seraphina know? That's a very interesting. Is it something that Seraphina would actually actively pay attention to as a sort of a bandwidth sort of skulker, or would she just sort of accept the fact that the police are chattering and sort of?
I think she would have
How much
memorized
does
major
she use it?
dangerous codes, like
Yeah.
Armed gunman, bomb threat, that kind of thing.
Right.
But she may not necessarily know which, like, all of the details for it. So if it's like a super dangerous thing, then she'd know what it is. But otherwise, it'd be like interesting thing happening here, and her brain would just like move on.
That's fair. Luckily, the internet is vast and has all kinds of information at your fingertips. A 56 is criminal damage. A 62B is a burglary.
Not her usual MO, but she is 100% going to go and check that out. So she
Sure.
like rolls out of the beanbag, gets dressed, and it's going to be out the door.
Excellent. Back to this. And Gideon Price, as you're walking back to your flat, a man comes around the corner, dressed in, where did I put him? Brown blazer, matching tan slacks, and nearly bowls you over. I'm so sorry. And he pushes his glasses back up onto his nose and just keeps running.
Do I notice anything of interest on him apart from his hectic behavior?
I think we'll make this the first roll of the night.
Nice.
Give me a vigilance roll.
Just straight up vigilance, alright.
Straight up vigilance. And don't forget you can add your you have a vigilance modifier, and if you roll a 1 on the marble dice, it becomes a fantastic success.
I did not roll a 1 on the Marvel die, but it's still pretty high. That is going to be a total of 15.
15. Holy smack. You, in fact, not only notice that he's very distraught and clutching his cell phone, which seems to have some kind of an odd, I mean, you didn't get a good look at it, has an odd sort of flashing app of some kind,
As
but
they all do.
you do recognize this man. You've seen him before because, as Gideon Price does, frequents charitable events and etc. across the city and rubs elbows with the hobnobby elite of sorts. This man is Maxwell Verdant, an art museum curator at the Seattle Art Museum.
Hmm. Not.
And he is running in the direction of the Seattle Art Museum,
Interesting.
as the crow flies, as it were.
Not the usual type of activity for
Generally
that
not at night, no.
particular line of employment. I think I will follow at a respectable distance.
Sure. At this point, it's only 4 blocks away. I mapped it. It's cool. I'll have to show you a map at some point. Maybe next game. What we do, and as you round a corner, move down 1 block to 2nd Avenue, you see in the distance near the Seattle Art Museum the red and blue flashing lights of numerous police cars. And you see a number, as you're sort of hustling along and jogging at a respectable pace, but not intense. Verdant gets there before you do, and has a quick exchange with the police, and looks even more flustered and irritated as a result of a brief conversation. You have a couple police up on the steps, and they're sort of flashing their flashlights into what looks to be a broken front panel door that has its glass shattered.
From where I'm standing, does the glass look like it's been shattered inward or outward?
Give me a vigilance check.
Alrighty. Not as hot. That is going to be a 6.
Can't tell from this angle.
Sure.
Still fair, probably about a block away. He beat feet. He hustled quite a lot. Uncharacteristic, really. You never really thought of him as much of an athletic fellow, but apparently
Yeah,
he does fun runs or something. I don't know. Now, how Killian, would your globe be connected in any way to police scans or to happenings of some kind?
If the police scanner waves, whatever the scientific term would also kind of be intermingled in the air. I don't think he would care enough to specify the spell to only be radio specific waves. Just kind of like even if you were using a walkie-talkie down the street, he would probably pick that up as well. Like whatever is in the air around him, he's kind of picking up pieces of, and then tuning into anything that sounds interesting. So if it's okay to also be tuned into the police chatter, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, it would give you a sort of an impression of some kind of emergency or necessity in the direction of that. I'll give you that one, that's for sure. And we never really established where you are, so we'll say you're close. because you're, I mean, they've got quite a few decent flats or condos, depending on people's take. And let's say that you too hear that the 1050 or the code 56 announcement over the police banner. Does Raylan have as well, or is Raylan? Actually, wait, we already discussed this. That's right. Raylan has social media.
Mm-hmm.
So Raylan has in the past done some first movie Tobey Maguire Spider-Man style catching of criminality who are robbing ATMs and what have you, and has had some witness now and then, enough to basically develop a small media presence of essentially Seattle Spider-Man. And those people that have seen are sort of trying to use it and sort of develop this hashtag. So you're on Tinder, you're upside down, you're looking at your feet, and your phone flashes, essentially, because I assume you have notifications.
I do.
So, and it basically says, somebody broke into the Seattle Art Museum, or break in at Seattle Art Museum. Someone call hashtag Seattle Spider-Man.
Oh, shit. God damn it.
We're going to love this and hate this all at the same time.
I can't even. I was trying to hook up tonight, man. Now, oh, fine. He'll actually put on shorts this time and like out the towards it.
So, both Gideon and Raylan are on their way. Solstice and Brown Recluse. And Synapse, you arrive very, you're closing, so you can see the flashing lights. And Gideon, you now arrive on scene. You can see about 6 police officers. And Maxwell Verdant in a certain level of distraught sort of, and he's sort of gesturing. It's like, why? This is obviously, I don't understand why you're not, sort of thing. And you hear snippets of conversation, and the police officer is like Mr. Verdant, I appreciate, but just let us do our job. We need to, cordon off the area. It looks like a smash, and it looks like vandalism. Some ass teenager, whatever. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Just back up and let us do our thing. At that point, Verdant turns and sort of in exasperation, he sees you and says, "Oh, Price, help me talk some sense into these flat feet. It's clearly it's a break-in."
At being called up, I'm going to approach.
They're saying it's vandalism. But look, and he basically just steps in, and the cops at the entrance are like, whoa, no, all right, fine. And he's like, look, and he gestures inside, and there's a couple display cases that are broken.
Mm-hmm. Do I recall what was currently on display, and what these cases might have housed?
Yeah, give me a logic check.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have the font of information trait, which gives me edge on logic checks.
Perfect.
Having to do with knowledge. Does this apply?
Yes.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna roll. And then I am going to re-roll a 1 with my font of information edge. That's a bit better. Not much. That is going to be a 9.
9. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to give this one to you because it's all over the place. There's pamphlets, there's a display, and there's banners and signage sitting about. The display itself was a series of art pieces, and Synapse, you are now on scene enough. You can see the police cars. There's 3 squad cars. There's the broken glass doorway, and 2 men inside gesturing at some what looks like broken display cases.
I kind of I bring up my hood a little bit closer. Seraphina tends to like her posture is very hunched. She's not got great posture, and she really tries to avoid a lot of eye contact. So as she sees these police officers, she kind of just like concentrates for a moment and sets off. If I can do this, I don't know if I can. I'm still learning the system. I would like to use my machine telepathy and set off like one of the car alarms to distract the cops so I can walk past them into the museum without them paying too much attention to me. Because I only have to have, I could met or seen the machine before, and I can see the car right now. And I ask it very, very nicely if it could just set off the alarm for a few moments and let me walk through, please. It would be really nice.
We haven't quite figured out how to work the whole machine telepathy in terms of the wording of it, but I do feel that machine telepathy should allow you to control basic machinery. Yes. So give me
I'm very sorry. A logic check. Okay, so I'm still learning the system, so it's
that's all right.
All 3 dice.
So roll your
plus,
logic.
and I have 2 in logic, which would make my modifier +2, +3.
Correct.
+2. Okay.
Unless you have another power that allows you to have an extra bonus to your logic.
I don't think
brilliance.
so. Okay. So on my Marvel dice, I got a 1.
Nice.
And then I got a 6 and a 5 on the other 2.
This is where I'm going to love this. All right, so
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh, it's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. It's like a 17. And yeah, with the 1 on the Marvel dice, that is a fantastic success. So here's what happens. You reach out, and because of your nervousness in this new situation, and you've got these cops around, so you're feeling that slight edge of, they're going to be looking at me and they're going to be paying attention to me, and I'm not comfortable with this sort of thing. And you're kind of out, and you're almost starting even to regret coming out because like, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should just go back and just keep monitoring the chat lines or whatever. A little tendril from your amulet kind of reaches down as you kind of like, you're trying to like just do it subtly. You're trying to make the connection to the car alarm to basically, so you can just sneak past and just, not be paid attention to. So, but a little tendril sort of from your amulet, a little purplish, blackish tendril sort of reaches down. It's almost like a whiff of smoke, almost a little sort of an extra thing. It sort of reaches down your arm, down your finger, and kind of follows along the path, almost imperceptible. But you can feel it there, and you can see it there. And then suddenly, oomph! All 3 cars just go off. Lights, sirens, car alarm, the whole thing. Their lights and their the headlights and the tail lights, they're all honking and flashing, and just like this huge cacophony of sound, and every single cop is just like, what the hell is going on? And like, I don't know. I'm gonna just and they're sort of just
hustle up into the thing. I realized I didn't describe Seraphina. If I could do that now, if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely.
So Seraphina Synapse is a relatively short woman. She's around like 5'3" or so. She's very slim, got like the hunched shoulders, and her hair is this brilliant shock of white that she normally is quite messy, but it's like waist length, so she doesn't really care about it. But when she's outside or dealing with people, it's slicked back, it's underneath the hood that she wears. She's dressed in this green and black hood that ties into like a halter top. with long black fingerless gloves that reach up to like mid upper arm. For maximum mobility, she's wearing shorts with like a cute little overlay of like a green skirt on top of it, but it's like it's not a full skirt. And she wears these soft thigh-high leather boots that have clearly seen better days, but they're very well worn in. And she just kind of like, while this whole thing is going on, all this noise, she's like, oh, okay, hood down, just like scampers up the stairs. And indeed, as you mentioned, she does have an amulet. It's this gold chain with a gold rim with this green, almost like emerald sitting in the center of it.
We talked about that, Emerald. So yeah, so you go inside, you slip through the glass, and you see two men, one in brown blazer, tan slacks, very Bruce Wayne, circa 1991 animated series Batman, and another man, Gideon Price, who is dressed like.
Yeah, so Gideon is relatively tall. It's 6 feet. He does, however, have a stooped over posture. Black hair, green eyes, and since he was at a university party, he did extensive research into what kinds of suits were the most commonly worn suits at such parties, and thus is wearing a extremely boring brown suit.
Leather suit, tweed patches.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Very much, again, aimed towards not really making an impression.
Fair. And yet
he
somehow
is,
you were still recognized.
Yeah, well, I still got recognized by at least one person who has seen a certain amount of generous donations towards their endeavors.
Exactly.
And
So
at this point, I am trying to kind of calm Verdant down and get him to stop flailing around the scene, trying to kind of explain to him that specifically pulling my knowledge because I am teaching espionage in the early 20th century in Europe. So I am kind of leaning into that expertise, trying to explain to him that the more he moves around, the more he is upsetting the scene as it has settled and making it difficult to find out anything more about what had happened.
fair. Now, and to answer your previous question, back a minute ago, the display itself, the entire series of artifacts that are on display, is titled Luminous Visions, a Chromatic Sonata. And there are other smaller signs depicting various displays entitled Glass as Medium and Message, A Journey of Ethereal Forms, An Ode to Reflective Elegance, Resplendent Fragility, Infinite Reflections. And each of these are sort of repeated in various signs of display areas, and in the little pamphlet brochures that you would get from the museum when you enter and start, walking the display. And Verdant is basically sort of gesturing to various things, and you're noting the slightly further that you go in, there has indeed been a significant amount of damage to most of the immediate area display pieces. And Verdant sort of looks up, sees Synapse, nods, and says, and your companion as well, as he's talking to Gideon, and yeah, so they're good, the two of you. Come, look here. This piece, Vesper Hawthorne's piece. She does creative vases, ceramics. This one's 16th century Venetian. Arlo Montclair, and he points at another display. He worked with stained glass, but it was a phenomenal mixture of mid-century classic and what his detractors are calling cathedral modern. And he waves over here, sea glass and bottle art. This was Sila Bennett's pieces. Her work sublime, so much depth. Numerous broken bottles, as though a winery shelf has exploded. Only no wine. Indigo Harrison, he points at another display case, was all about making the most sublime yet horrifically erotic pieces from molten glass. He gestures at some oddly shaped pieces, though so thoroughly broken that their original shapes are almost impossible to determine. This is where we point out that we have a PG-13 rating and we're running on Saturday mornings. Serafina Turner, he says, she was a veritable sorceress with mirrors, lots of mirror shards all over the floor. Her belief was, here's the catalog. Her expression was that mirrors are the pieces of glass most beloved and at the same time most reviled, and they show us our truest selves, whether we want them to or not. And then Greenwood, Oliver Greenwood, his glass was all found art, but his medium and vision was how he posed the pieces for maximum effect. This is more than just vandalism. This is criminal. And can you help me find out who did this?
So I got noticed, right? Like he noticed me.
Yes.
And just-
Yeah, he literally just attributed you to
Yeah.
myself, and
I'm gonna go with
by
this.
virtue of yeah, and I am definitely playing up the extremely agreeable role, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna contradict this. It's fine.
So she's going to, like, she's fiddling, she kind of like picks at her nails and she does not make eye contact with anybody in this room.
Mhm.
This does seem like a very concerning bit of damage. Do you have a central tech system, like a central part where there's a bunch of like cameras or something that I could see?
Yes. It would take some time to get the tapes properly and security. And I was just given the alert, and I rushed over here as quickly as I could. You're investigators. What do you think? Who could have done this? This is horrifying.
I'm going to, you don't, like, she does not actually look up, but because she pulls the hood quite far down so she can look around without actually giving eye contact. You get the sense she's looking at you, Gideon, like, what is this guy's deal? Like, you clearly know him. Please help.
I'm gonna try to swing this to my advantage, to our advantage. I'm gonna say, you see, this is a student, a guest student from the university, who is very good with computers. I mean, Maxwell, I've already told you, I don't mess with stuff, but she is really good with them. So perhaps we might be able to glean some more information about who might have done this, if she had access to the security cameras and the footage. Of course, you have my honest word that no tampering will be done, just observation.
Certainly. And he takes you to, walks you to a series of like a double door, and which opens up into a back area where another door leads to security office sort of thing, and then you've opens up to see a series of various screens.
All of that is
not quite sliver, but definitely a lot of screens to
strange,
show you.
mystifying, and not interesting to me. So as we are everything that's
Right.
newer than the combustion engine. No, but we are, as we are walking, I am going to kind of ask him more about the artists and the specific works of art that have been destroyed, trying to pull any connections and strings about these things, any kind of shared traits, events, anything that these specific artists might share other than being part of this display.
Okay. He gives you a basic, for want of a better term, textbook description of the artists that he mentioned.
My favorite kind.
Yeah, well, exactly. Nothing specific that really links them, other than they all sort of shared a medium of essentially glass of some kind, fragile chunks of various methods by which of creating art through semi-transparent or semi-translucent fragile glasswork. Nothing really links them necessarily. Give me actually and I assume Synapse is going to basically sort of just dial into the computer or the screens.
I would like to, as we're approaching and like as the door opens, you kind of watch as she sees these things, and her shoulders come from this hunched to far more confident. And I would like to, if possible, reach out to Gideon like telepathically, be like, distract him for me. Could you just keep him distracted for like the next 5 minutes?
Since you haven't done this before, telepathic link does not wish to speak. You need to make a logic check against Gideon's vigilance defense.
That would be an 11 for my defense.
So your target number is 11.
I got another 1 on the Marvel die.
Nice.
Nice.
But a 6 + 2 as well. So 8 plus the 1 on the Marvel die and the 2 for my 3 for my logic.
Now
So
we're
17.
also assuming consent at this point in terms of players,
Yes.
because on a fantastic success, the target cannot shut the character out for the rest of the day. So she'll be talking, and she'll just start thinking telepathically, and you're probably going to hear it.
I'm so sorry.
I do have the Iron Will trait, but I do not think that in this case it would apply, because Gideon is already in a frame of mind to cooperate with Synapse on this,
Sure.
even though he doesn't know her, because they are kind of working towards the same goal. So he wouldn't immediately think to try and shut her out. So I will not be using that trouble on your roll.
And it's Iron Will is also ego tax specifically.
That is also absolutely true. So
don't worry, my entire plan was just to say, please distract him while I go and talk to these computers, because I don't want him asking me any questions if I go a little bit foggy-eyed as I'm trying to reach in.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep. And as I hear that, I think there is a little bit of a twitch of surprise. But I've seen and experienced stranger things. So after just being caught off guard for a single moment of that, I am going to turn towards Maxwell and kind of gesture towards where we had just come from, and I'm going to say, but you see, what had just happened is an absolute travesty. But perhaps if you could contact the artists themselves, they might work together to bring the chromatic sonata to a wonderful, unified next step. Combine what is left of their artwork into something new, and thus make a statement upon the mercurial fragility of life.
Yes. Yeah. That clearly that's the next step. Yes, absolutely. I should I should find their contact information. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have it. And he starts scrolling madly through his phone, momentarily distracted.
I'm going to try and
Yeah.
dive into the computers, please, while you're doing
Okay.
everything else.
And that would be then another logic check from you.
I'm so glad I was correct in putting it into the logic, because this would have been a horrible setup. Okay. Okay, that's not a crit, but that is a 9 plus 4. Don't make me do math
Cool,
live
cool,
on
cool.
TV. Plus
Excellent.
9 plus 4 plus 3. It's, in my defense, it's 5 a.m. so it's 16. But it's 5 a.m. for me, and I don't do math well normally, so I have to get out
Fair.
my calculator.
There. So you start dialing in to the various security monitors and sort of dialing back a little bit, and you're able to multitask this so that you're kind of rewinding one while you're doing another one, and you're watching the feeds. And your particular talent at this kind of technology, excuse me, allows you to glean some somewhat important information. But I will get back to that in a minute. Gideon, you've decided to investigate. Where'd you go?
Oh, I thought you said Gideon. I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry, Gideon.
Yes, actually, so
Solstice.
Killian, yes, Killian works at another museum in Seattle, and so both sides of him would be interested in this, both the crime fighting side and the civilian side. Killian would show up in his civvies, as it were, his regular clothing.
Oh,
He's
yes.
going to try and get in with that kind of, I work at another museum, I can help, and not just straight superhero it. So he will show up in a brown suit jacket, white shirt, and jeans, kind of like the cool professor look, because being not human, he's had to kind of get style from people in his life, and since his parents are also not human, the closest person that he's seen adult that has some sense of style is one of his history professors. So he kind of just dresses like a teacher. And he'll show up and try to find a police officer who can just let him past them into the museum.
As luck would have it, the police officers, at least on scene, seem to be completely and utterly befuddled and nowhere near the actual doorway of the glass door of the opening of the art museum, because their cars are going completely chaotically amok. The sirens and Brown Recluse, Raylan, you hear this as well as you're approaching by air, I assume. Can you swing line at this point? I think so.
I think so. Look at my
Yeah.
paper.
So you're approaching,
Yes.
and you also hear a significant amount of not just sirens, but you can see the lights, you can see the car alarms going off. The cars are they're melting down. It's just it's not a, and that the police are like, I can't turn it off. The keys are in my hand. Something that is like, and they're just they're trying to radio, and all they're getting is static because they can't really see or anything because they're trying to radio. The radios in the cars, they're like, and we see one of them is like, I'm yelling into it. He's like, and he just throws it into the seat. He just can't. And another one's like, walked further away from everything and just trying to speak, yelling into his portable communications to basically see if they can do something. And Solstice, you are able to easily approach the front entrance, and Brown Recluse, you as well, can basically circumvent the entire police presence without issue.
That's what I'll do.
I'll just barge right in through the front door.
I'm on the
Also
ceiling.
broken glass.
Step over that.
All over the place.
Yes.
Um,
I'm gonna take some pictures,
Sure.
just cursory, and then I'll go to investigate some of these. I'm sure I've been here. I don't work here before, but if it's close enough for me to get to quickly, I have most likely have some familiarity with at least where different exhibits are.
Yep.
And so I'll make my way to the glass exhibit that seems to be destroyed.
Give me a logic check.
Okay.
I keep looking at my screen and not the camera. Anyway,
That is a total of 10.
10. You don't remember a lot of this display, but it's here, so it's sort of one of those things like, huh, and I guess I just wasn't really paying much attention to this particular event as it was unfolding, sort of thing. I mean, you kind of make a mental note to maybe do that in the future, sort of thing. So, but as you go in, you start taking pictures of the scene because there's no police in here for some reason, and lots of glass, lots of shards of broken sea glass. And you can see a couple of, like little bits of seashells in there that were probably connected to the sea glass in some way. There's broken wine bottles all over the place. There's broken mirror fragments all over, just like this big jumbled chaotic mess of everything.
Probably say to myself, like, what did they expect? A bunch of glass. Clearly not properly guarded.
Well, I mean, no one expects anybody to just walk in and start smashing shit, I guess. I mean, arrogant, sure. But, there it is. So, and Brown Recluse. You swing onto the scene. 70s Spider-Man clinging to the side of the building. All of it web snappers. And you see another man, actually, fairly nondescript, possibly a college prof. Kind of walks in, steps gingerly around the glass, starts taking pictures.
I'm going to take a picture of them from
The whole Peter Parker hang
yeah.
the camera in the web and just set it up. Okay.
Or do they look like somebody from Tinder?
I believe, I don't think, I mean, they could look
Probably
like somebody
not.
else on Tinder, but
I mean, you haven't yet actually described exactly what your ideal date is for Raylan, but this guy probably doesn't. I don't think he's going to fit the bill. This guy looks very generic.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing remarkable, and it's almost remarkable in its own sense, in the sense of just how unremarkable this person is. It's like,
gotcha.
You could pick this out of a college yearbook. That's like the professor of history or mathematics or something, just like the generic prof look, and then this is this person.
Makes a mental note of that, but we'll take pictures of what they're taking pictures of.
Lots of glass all over the floor.
And then kind of once that pockets the phone, lowers himself a little bit and
Solstice, you get a tap on your shoulder.
Oh, what would we call you? Seattle Spider-Man? Would that be the more like used term, or would we actually say Brown Recluse?
I think for legal reasons we can't use Spider-Man.
Well, we technically can because it is Marvel. However, I'm thinking that the legend of Seattle Spider-Man, hey, Seattle, we got a Spider-Man now, isn't quite as widespread as super multimedia, thousands and thousands of followers sort of thing. He's still out there, but there's a few people that have noticed him up to this point. He hasn't been in town that long, so he hasn't had a chance to build this presence. by doing deeds of daring do. So he kind of looks like. What does he look like? Brown Recluse? Brown
Well,
Recluse wearing this evening.
he's now he finally put on clothes. He's wearing like a hoodie as well as like a little puffer jacket over it, very Seattle, West Coast, Northern
Sure.
West Coast.
Yep,
Some
can confirm.
joggers and some Timberlands, but because he's a New Yorker. But yeah.
So he's more Miles Moralesing right now as opposed to wearing the fancy tights.
Yes.
Fair. All right.
Jeez.
Like if they didn't see me, then I'll just like pop back up and then I'll come back down and tap the other shoulder. Yep.
All right, give me a Solstice. Give me a vigilance check
Okay.
against. What is Brown Recluse's? Let's make it agility defense.
My defense?
Yep.
Score? 11.
I don't know if the rule is meets beats, but I also get a 10 plus
That's
my
a
1.
very
which
good
is-
question, actually.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if meets beats. I think it would. I think it's probably designed similarly to Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition, in a sense where if you meet the DC, you actually succeed. So let's go with that. And you manage to see just before it disappears from view, the finger, and then you kind of catch it going up, and then he kind of like starts coming halfway down to try to play the prank on the other side, and you're kind of staring right up at him at this point.
Sorry, can I help?
Oh
you?
shit. You can see me.
Yeah. Wait, are you are there criminals here? I thought this was just a kind of a break-in. And sorry, hi.
Hi.
Am I in trouble?
That depends. Are you in trouble with the law or
Well, I did run past a bunch of police officers. But I'm just
Oh, you're
here
good.
to
Then. You're good. Fuck the
Okay.
police. Yeah.
yeah, I just came to see what was happening. I heard there was a break-in of some sort.
How'd you find that out? Like, wait. Are you one of those like civilians that like has a police scanner at home and they're just like, oh, let me go see someone getting mugged?
No, I take out my ID from the other museum that I work for.
I web it.
Oh.
And
Yeah, that's me. I live around here.
you sure this is you?
It was a bad. Can I have that back? It was a bad picture day.
Wait, I'm still looking. Hold on. Here you go.
Thank you. Sorry?
It was kind of a bad picture.
Oh, my feet.
But you don't look bad. You look kind of. Wait, do you teach? Wait, hold on. Psychology.
No.
Chemistry.
No.
Question said part 2.
No, I don't teach at all, actually.
But you look like a stick in the mud professor. No offense. You just kind of look like you walk around with a stick up your ass.
No stick up here. Just one of the, college types, I guess. Kind of what I'm going for. Is it too much or too little?
I wouldn't button it all the way up at the top. It makes you kind of look like an asshole.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just show a
Always
little
something
chest
better.
here.
Oh.
Hey, hey. So you came looking for trouble, and then you find me.
I guess so. Did you come looking for trouble too?
That's kind of complicated. Trouble seems to just kind of come around every time it happens. Since I moved out this way, it's been kind of like trouble nonstop.
Yeah, you're not. You don't sound like you're from here.
No, I'm not. I'm from Idaho.
I've never been there, so I believe you.
I'm fucking with you. I'm not from fucking Idaho.
Oh.
Do you see me? Do I look like I'm fucking with potatoes?
Wait, they have a pet.
Yeah, you're like a local yokel thing. This isn't working. Where's your girlfriend or your boyfriend?
I don't have one or either.
Oh,
Kind of a solo act. That's what I call it.
you got dumped. I get it.
Synapse, give me a vigilance check.
Vigilance check.
So, you see all this glass every fucking where.
Yeah, I don't remember this exhibit. I guess it was kind of a boring one or newly installed. I don't know what this used to be. I don't know why someone would just come in and break it.
Would I know what it is, storyteller?
Which
The exhibit.
exhibit?
What
Oh,
was
yeah,
that?
there's signs all over the place. It's a glass menagerie of sorts.
16 for me.
These
by the
are
way.
Say again?
16 on vigilance.
All right. While
no,
this is
it's
going on in the lobby area, in the main foyer, Synapse, you notice movement on one of the lobby, the foyer cameras, where there are 3 individuals in the foyer.
Three.
There are 2. One seems to be sort of hanging from the ceiling, and other one's sort of looking up and sort of chucking at him, and they're sort of having this gestural banter because you don't have sound. And then there's another man, looks like he's a LARPer or something. He's standing in the corner, sort of standing there with his arms crossed, looking confused, befuddled possibly. But that's not the weirdest thing about this man. This man is dressed in a weird kind of plate and chain armor. He has a sword in a sheath at his hip. But the most noteworthy part of this guy is that he's got long, sort of blondish hair, very sharp, angular cheekbones, very sort of aquiline face, and high pointed ears. And then you see him start to move, and the 2 of you in the foyer, Solstice and Brown Recluse, you hear a voice just as this man appears in front of you, a short distance away, saying, "Oh, what fools you mortals be." And that's a good point, I think, that we will take a quick break. So everybody go hydrate, get your glasses of water, get your snacks as necessary, get your bowls of cereal, because that's what we always used to eat in Saturday morning cartoons, and we will be back momentarily.
Do you want me to pause the recording?
Yep.
One.
And welcome back. When last we left, our intrepid heroes, they were investigating a break-in at the Seattle Art Gallery, the Art Museum, excuse me, and had briefly interacted with each other through course of necessity and sort of presumed association, and were in the midst of gathering for themselves various kinds of evidence to begin an investigation as to who or what might have caused the destruction of a number of glass and fragile art pieces to be destroyed. When they were there, someone revealed themselves, snicker, in the nearby, and has engaged with them. Yes, I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but one has seen on cameras, and the other two have physically witnessed a man who essentially appears like an elf in armor, standing not so far away from them and chiding them for being fools.
So do we notice?
Oh yeah, yeah. He speaks out loud.
Is that your friend?
No,
It's actually a really good cosplay. Wait,
uh,
that's not your friend.
I think Killian's just gonna run away.
What?
Because Killian is looks like a human. So I think he's gonna run
Fair.
and try and hide in a nearby stairwell
Yep.
if he can get there.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I'm gonna put his hands up. Get that guy out of there.
Hey, where you going? And he's gone.
I would like to think Synapse is immediately like to Gideon, like, are these friends of yours, sweetheart? Because I think they're in trouble.
Looking at the screen.
Again, this is
seeing
mentally,
the
so you don't have
armored
to.
elf. Yep. I am going to think back. I was hoping for you to be more professional than to play your wows on these computers.
Since I'm the only one there, I'm like, hark, who goes there?
You're superior, my friend.
I doubt thee, kind shrew.
The first of many.
What is it, an orgy? Like, what do you mean?
Are all mortals this irreverent, or just you?
It kind of depends on your type of mortal. I'm a mortal, kinda, almost sort of immortal, almost sort of like Icarus, but I didn't fly too close to the sun.
My suggestion to you, then, Icarus, would be to flee, like your compatriots, and warn your authorities that a new rule is at hand.
And you are, what art
said,
thou called?
The first of many.
The first of many. Okay, that kind of sounds like some Inspector Gadget shit or something. It's kind of cool. So are you an elf or?
How astute of you. Was it the ears?
Yeah, and the great sword that you got.
Oh, this, and he pulls it out. It almost sings, shing, and it pulls out of the sheath. You'd be ashamed to use this, although it hasn't tasted mortal blood in quite some time.
Mortal-ish, more immortal.
You'll bleed all the same. It won't matter. You can elevate yourself up to some sort of feigned aristocracy if you want. You'll
I feel that
bleed
this is
just as
like
much as the other stuck pig.
what other stuck pig? Dude, you're quite rude.
Sorry, I'm so rude to my inferiors.
Eh,
Should do better and take some kind of punishment. I don't know, whatever you do here.
can I web the sword from him?
You could try.
While they're doing this, since he drew the sword, can I
What?
immediately like get this computer to send me the footage to my email and then fucking cheese it to this room. Just fucking
Yep.
go.
I am going to tell Maxwell to stay here, and then I am going to follow after Synapse.
And in the stairwell, Killian will drop his human disguise, show his elvish appearance to nobody in the stairwell, hopefully. And then to not make Brown Recluse think that this is who he is by just coming out the same door that he went into, he's going to use his blink power, which allows me to appear somewhere that I have been or that I can see. I have just been in where I was standing, and so I would just like kind of blink back, but dropped human clothes and human appearance, and show up in my nice elven robes, dark blue, black
Up
skin.
to your rank in spaces away, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe like as much outside the door as I can. So I just appear there instead of pushing a
Into the
door
door.
open. I just like
Sure. Absolutely.
spaces as rank, so it's just one space,
Yep.
so like 5 feet, I guess. Okay, so 5 feet in front of the door, and then I'll start running so that when he turns around, he doesn't see me coming from the doorway. Hopefully.
Holding, taking a turn, etc. All right, so everybody in terms of combat plays very similarly to D&D. You have a movement, and you have your action, and then you have a you can do fast actions or reactions as necessary. What I will get everyone to do at this point would be to roll initiative.
With a
Same two
D20.
dice?
Nope,
Or
3d6, same dice, and add your initiative modifier.
Okay.
You said initiative.
13.
What if you don't have an initiative modifier?
You should have.
Should.
I'm gonna
potentially.
check the rules, but I think.
Mine automatically updated from something. I don't know which.
Yeah, exactly.
I got 14, by the way.
The agility?
Oh no. That's fine. Everything's fine.
11, 12 for Solstice.
Solstice. Where is the initiative modifier found?
I am also trying to find that out.
On my character sheet is at the top to the left, but
Yeah.
I don't know how it's calculated.
Actually, you know what? I think it's the vigilance bonus.
That would make sense.
Instead, it's,
A character's
used to it
initiative
being
modifier is
agility.
equal to their vigilance.
Yeah.
If there's an E next to a character's initiative modifier, that means they have an edge on their initiative checks.
Yep.
So it's vigilance.
I'm sorry, that was Gideon that has the 12?
Gideon has a 13. No, sorry. What did I say? I said 11. I think I said
He's 11.
11.
Gillian?
12 for me.
And Brown Recluse.
With my vigilance, 16.
16. Nice.
I rolled 3 5s.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Maybe that's what we'll actually end up doing as well. We'll get the roll 20 in there as a thing, and we can basically even just get the modifier or the dice rolls themselves up, and then we'll be able to see people as going improvements for the future potentially. Anyway, so we will start with Brown Recluse. What do you want to do?
I wanted to either pull the sword from him or cag him up, like just pull his feet from under him.
You can web grabbing. No, web casting.
Webcasting.
Range attack on an enemy. So give me an agility roll.
$13.
13. And you are they natural or are they coming out of shooters?
Like,
The wrist.
yeah, just
First movie Tobey Maguire. Okay. You extend your wrist, the webbing sprays out, and it seems to go right through him.
shit.
And he sort of smiles. It's like, you didn't think it would be that easy, did you?
Actually, yeah, I did. Because, like, you're rude. And you're an elf. I'm not an elfist, though, I promise. Like, I like elves. They're kind of neat.
Here.
Especially when, like, you know.
Since you want a target so badly, and he basically does this odd gesture, and three others of him appear. Pick the right one and you win. Which leads us to Synapse.
Damn it.
Okay. So I imagine, am I just bursting through the door into this main
Bursting
area?
through the door, and now there's 4 elves.
Okay. But they all look the same,
And
right?
they all look the same. There's webbing behind one of them. Kind of.
Okay. I'm
And there's
assuming
a
this
man
is
dressed in a hoodie. Who just is sort of in the pose of shooting of the webs.
she just kind of like stumbles in, comes to a stop, like, oh shit.
Am I doing?
Do I
I'm
notice them?
assuming this is magic.
Oh, somebody comes through the doors.
This little hooded girl it just like stumbles in and just stops. Is like, oh shit. I have a question, storyteller.
Yeah.
Narrator. How many objects can I move with my power?
Telekinesis?
To specify, I want to move very small objects, like the shards of glass on the ground right now.
Telekinetic projection, yes?
Telekinetic manipulation.
Telekinetic manipulation. Maximum range. 5 spaces times your rank. Ah, it doesn't really say anything, does it? Doesn't even say how heavy the thing is or not.
Let her do it. Let her do it.
How many pieces are you wanting?
So
It says
there's
an object, but
there's
objects,
four
no, object.
there's 4 elves, right?
Correct.
I would like to lift up 4 pieces of glass and send them out into each of these. I'm not trying to do damage. I can see that the web went through one of them. So I'm trying to find out which one I could hit if I needed to.
All right. Give me a logic check.
What's my logic?
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's not a thing. That's a manipulate objects, line of sight with mind, maximum range. Magic logic check against the opponent's agility defense to take control of an object. No, okay, so in this sense, since you're going to control the objects already, it's going to be just a straight ranged attack. So I would say agility.
You sure we can't make it logic, considering it's a logic attack? I'm
I'm
using
sure.
my power. Please? Pretty
I'm
please?
sure.
Damn it. All right, agility. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. 2 5s and a 4. So 14 plus 1 for agility. Oh, no,
14.
2 for agility because I have 1 point in it. So 16.
50. Not bad. Not
Again, I'm
bad.
not trying to do any damage. I'm just trying to see which one actually gets hit by this.
15. And it wasn't a fantastic?
No.
Okay, no, that's all right. 15, no, that's still
No, it was 16 because if I
Oh,
have 1 point in
16.
agility, it's plus 2. And 2
Yeah.
points, it's plus 3. So I have 1 point in agility, so it's 16. Because it's plus my rank as well, so 1 point and then 1 point for my rank. Is that
Plus
how
your
that
rank for what?
works?
Nope.
My superhero rank.
Oh, it's a straight attack.
Yeah, you said agility. So I did an agility attack. You said roll agility, which is at 1. So I assume it adds 2 because that's the way the other roll worked. I don't know how this system works. So if I'm wrong, please tell me.
No, that's all right. Let's look it up.
We're all having fun here, everyone.
Technically attack, defense. Attacks, combat. Now, where is the bonus? 7 plus 7, 2, 5, 5, 4, 4, 1, 1. Pretty sure your rank only adds to the damage modifier. So
Okay.
your agility would be whatever your agility bonus is.
It's so confusing because on the sheet it's DM times 1 plus 1.
So what that is that's for damage, more specifically.
Oh, my apologies.
So
Then
you're rolling your regular thing, your regular 3 dice attack roll. You're going to add your ability modifier, and then if you succeed, you're going to do damage equal to the number that is on the Marvel dice specifically, multiplied by the modifier, plus your ability modifier.
okay. So 4 on the marble dice
So
then.
you got, I think,
A 15
50.
altogether,
That's
Yeah.
great.
and then a 4 on the
That-
marble dice.
And a 4 on the Marvel dice. So that would be a combined total of 5 damage, technically.
Sweet.
Which is perfectly acceptable if you want to do it.
My intention was
Because
merely
why not?
to figure out who was real because I could see that the web had gone through somebody. So I wanted to see which one was actually physical.
Fair. I'll give you that. Because comic books. So you pick up 4 unique pieces, you hurl them through the air with the power of your mind at these 4 identical elfin-looking individuals. And through 3 of them, even though they all react the same sort of movement, 3 of them, the glass shard goes straight through, and there's one essentially standing in the next space over from the one that had web behind him. That it kind of just, he moves aside, but not quite fast enough, and it clinks off of part of his armor. And he looks down at it, looks up at you, his eyes narrow and glare.
I'd like to just give a little hi. You know when you suddenly do
Hola.
something that you realize you're out of your depth for? Yeah, that's kind of the whole look that she now has. Like,
There.
oh, I messed up. I fucked up, guys. I don't think I have any other moves or anything I can do though, right?
Not yet.
Then that will be my turn.
Killian.
Ooh. Killian like goes to say something and then he's like, oh, they're gonna think that I'm the 5th version of this guy. You're not permitted to be here.
And he looks up and he's staring at her. And you say, not permitted to be here. And he looks at you. And you see, let's see, give me a vigilance check.
This has suddenly gotten very intense, Mike.
That is a 10 total.
10. I'll give this one to you. You see a slight amount of a mix of confusion and recognition at the same time.
I was hoping you wouldn't say recognition.
Not that word. Anything but that word.
And he brandishes the sword. Gideon.
Now I have seen the elf on the cameras, on
Yes.
the screens.
I'll
As
give
I'm
you, you
rushing,
could have looked up, seen her as Synapse is running out the room. You see the elf.
Yep.
There's more
as
coming
I'm rushing towards the room, I don't assume there is a conveniently placed exhibition of swords.
No. Lots of glass though.
Lots of glass. Okay. Yeah, as I walk into the room, I'm just going to embody my best busybody professor self, and I'm literally going to walk up to the elf, the one that have I noticed which one is the real one? Have I noticed the shard trick that Synapse has pulled?
It's close enough to the initiative order, I would say yes.
Okay.
You hear the clink off of the one. He looks down. The other ones are almost shimmery because he's sort of losing his concentration on them.
Yeah. So I'm going to walk up to the real one, and kind of like holding my hands up, and I'm going to basically what it looks like I'm doing is I am trying to kind of like placate the situation and go like, we don't need to escalate this. Let's all just talk about this over a cup of tea. What I am truly trying to do is to completely focus his attention upon myself. Like I am based off of his appearance and based off of his demeanor, I am assuming that he is a very arrogant person, and as such, I am assuming that he thinks humans inferior to himself, and thus wish to insult him by approaching him as a human, and thus focus him entirely upon myself. So I'm going up to him basically like a professor going up to a misbehaving student and go, now, please, there's no need for this. I'm sure we can talk out whatever this nonsense is that you're currently. This is your emotions are absolutely valid, but please calm down.
All right. Give me an ego check.
Alrighty. An ego check. Just need to check if I have. Okay, no. That is going to be a clean 10.
Clean 10. So you walk up to him, hands slightly outstretched, sort of placating in that condescending teacher-student dynamic sort of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
like I have more titles than you.
nice. Swine. And he literally just slices at you. And what is your melee defense?
My melee defense is a 10.
A 10. Oh. Fascinating. Okay, 6, 2. So through this, His blade reaches home, and you take 8 points of damage
Mm-hmm.
from a slash across the chest. How dare you speak to me?
As he, if I do have time to do just one little additional provocative reaction, is as he slices across my chest. This is not the first time I have been stabbed, so I
Fair.
am literally going to. I'm going to cover my cover the wound with my hand, and I'm going to say, "This is entirely uncalled for."
Okay. Back up to Brown Recluse.
I see that. Do I see all of this happening?
Yes.
Holy
The blood spray
shit!
and everything.
Where's this elf character facing?
He is basically from the group. Gideon has sort of stepped in the way of him, directly in front of him in the space in front. Synapse is off back behind you to one side, and Killian as well, I guess. So it's just slightly outside the doorway that, or rather, Solstice is standing right outside the door that Killian went through moments before.
Do I see the other person? I guess they're behind me.
Yeah, so you don't see them
Okay.
behind you.
But are my spidey senses tingling?
Well, that's a very good question, actually.
I do have that.
Spider, smash, stop, and spider strike, spider sense. To perceive danger, so no, you are not in danger. The only danger you perceive is what's in front of you.
Okay. So you tell me if I can do this or not, storyteller. Brown Recluse is like, "You motherfucker, you sliced the old man." And I'm just gonna like web like a volleyball and serve it to try to bump him in the face.
And we'll do that. Letty. Web gliding, web casting, web grabbing, web slinging, web trapping. I'm gonna let this one go. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, what do I do?
You're going to do the same thing as before. You're doing a ranged attack, so agility.
Okay. $14 with that one.
14. Let's double check
I have
something.
5, a 3, and a 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 14. Yeah. Math.
Uh, 14 is a hit. We'll just resolve this, and then we're going to do a quick thing. Yes, so you basically web up a chunk, basically vaguely volleyball shaped. You smack it through the air.
And I want to just kind of like
spatters against his face. What did you roll on the marble dice?
a 4.
And so go down to your damage sections. Your agility modifier is 1, I think.
Yes.
So, and your marble dice is 4, and your agility bonus is
1.
Okay, so you do 5 points of damage.
Okay. Yes.
And we're going to take a brief moment, and we're going to come right back to do some tech checks just to make sure, because it's our first time doing this and everything seems to be going wrong. So, and then I said, And we're up. I think we're good. Because I didn't click anything, so I don't know what happened there. Excuse me. All right. So, just a quick little thing. We just left it at the strange armored elf person getting a web volleyball in the face. Which leads us to Synapse.
Right. Is he looking at me now?
He's, let's see, where did he ended up? He's kind of not looking at anybody at this point. He just got a volleyball in the face.
Okay, okay. Is there? Oh no, that wouldn't be. I guess I'm gonna just reach out again, use telekinetic manipulation, lift the glass, and send it at this one thing. I'd also like to try and damage some of his like cloak or like something physical that if he tries to do another like blend in again, we've got that physical marker that shows us this is the guy, the one that is the real one. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh. Give me a
Agility, right?
agility. Let's make it agility.
Yeah. Well, that's what you had me do last time.
Yep.
Okay. That is a crit on the Marvel dice. That is a
Nice.
1. Plus 5 and 4, so that's 9. So plus a crit.
15.
5
plus
and
your
4,
agility.
9.
Plus 1 for my
16.
1 for my agility. So
Wait, so what are the non-marble dice?
5 and 4.
Oh yeah, so 5 and 4. So the marble dice itself, when you roll a 1, or the marble result, it's actually counted as 6.
Ah,
15.
nice.
Yeah, so you get
Nice.
twice as many 6s on this fancy little dice, which is cool. So yeah, that's definitely a hit. And he takes then 6 points plus your agility check. Or your agility bonus.
1.
So 7 points of damage.
I just like the idea of her being like, it worked the first time, let's try again. So she just
And you send
like sees this and just
and you pick up a nice big chunk of ice or glass, you hurl it through the air with the power of your mind, and it does actually tear a nice little strip off of his cloak, but not before it comes basically and sort of gouges a bit out of his arm in the first before it reaches it. And he's like, ah! Gideon.
Killian will stride forward. How many spaces would you say?
I'm going to give it 5 spaces.
I'm 5 spaces away. Okay. I will shout out. I will shout out to my spider friend, my new spider friend. Excuse me, kind hero. I believe we must restrain this elf. He possibly has information that could be useful not only to me, but to your whole world.
Who the fuck said that?
Who and
Can I like spin around?
you can. Are you doing anything else, Gideon?
I don't want to hurt him, and since he's 5 spaces away, I can make it to him. So I will give like a knowing, like, let's do this, and then I'll run up to him, and I will try and restrain him if I can do that in this
Hey,
game.
you're gonna make me look up all these fancy abilities.
The bane of
Interpose,
all systems,
Perhaps
grappling.
pin.
right?
Pin is a condition.
You need to make a melee check against the target's melee defense.
Wonderful. Good thing I have 0 in melee.
Right?
Oh, all ones, which is terrible. But a
Ooh,
1 on the Marvel die is
one on
not
the Marvel dice. So that is a fail, but
Oh no.
so
spectacular fail.
whenever you get a fantastic result, you still get something. So I'm going to basically say that you reach him and you go for some kind of tackle or some kind of, it's like a grabbing restraint, but because he's nimble enough on his feet and say a random piece of glass that happens to be there now for some reason, you step on the glass, you slip, so you only manage to grab one of his arms.
Okay.
It happens to be the one with the sword, but he's not completely restrained.
And
So
everybody just saw
he
me.
can potentially pull away.
Glass. All right. Not the entrance I had hoped for, but
No. Only someone had not thrown the glass over there.
The shade.
Listen. It's not my fault people can't keep their feet.
Look.
I think I've done very well.
Hey,
Out
Gideon.
of all of us, I think I'm the one that's actually done proper damage.
The only one so
No,
far, I
the
think.
volleyball.
Yeah, but I've hit him twice.
Well, first time you didn't actually do damage. You said you didn't want to. Just throwing that out there. So you got all these glass
Don't
shards.
call me out like this. What the fuck, man?
All right, Gideon.
You know what? Fine, let's get more glass shards. I'm just gonna throw them everywhere like it's fucking sand.
Can I try to use Solstice's attempted grapple to divest the elf of his sword?
Yeah. Anything is possible. Release, ram, interpose.
I'd basically try to go for his grip and literally like twist his hand into a way that's not.
Give me a melee check. If you're going to be moving up to him.
Oh boy. Oh, that's not bad. That's 12.
Well, that would be impressive. And I'm
Melee
happy
of
that
0.
you
That
rolled.
is impressive.
Fair. Absolutely fair. And that would normally be significant and congratulatory. However, you didn't roll a fantastic on the marble?
No. It
Yeah.
was.
Unfortunately, he somehow manages to evade. I guess he moves the sword in such a manner that it kind of makes it a bit more hazardous to try to grapple it. And you are unsuccessful.
Okay. I'm going to keep up the charade of a professor who very much is not understanding the gravity of the situation and keep saying, "No, let go of that weapon. There is no need for this."
3 others. Everybody roll me a d6.
Any old d6?
Oh, the
Any
marble
old
die or just
D6.
normal d6?
Just a regular old d6.
6.
Okay.
2 4s, or 2 4s, a 5, and a 6. Pretty good. Sorry, which one was the?
This is how we die in the first episode.
Gideon was a 6. Okay. So. All right. The elf sort of, he's got a bit of the webbing sort of still stuck to his face. He's kind of glaring at Killian specifically. And then he's sort of like, he's being distracted in 4 different directions here. Let's even the odds. and you see a little bit of a flash and a twinkle in his eye.
That's not.
And each of you, except Killian, very fascinating that it's sort of, Killian, you now see 4 of those elves, the same guy. One's holding on to his arm. 2 are close, near to you. And one is just avoiding getting sliced by the sword. He then, and it's Killian that has him in the grip. You
Killian
can-
is holding his hand, yes, and
grab
Gideon
his
is
arm.
trying to.
What is Killian's melee defense?
That is a good question. It is 10.
Oh, 10.
10. He manages to yank his arm out of the way, or out of your grip. So now there are 4 individuals sort of scattered around the room that all look like him.
What is
Do they
this
all have torn
trickery?
cloaks?
They all have drawn clothes.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
They all have a little bit of blood on the end of the blade.
That was
And are my fellow heroes still in the room as well?
Nope.
Oof. I shall not fall for your trick.
It's not for you, silly.
What?
And Brown Recluse. You now have 3 elves in front of you and 1 elf over here.
So I just see elves aplenty.
Yep, all of him except for Killian is the only unique. The rest of them are look like mirror doubles again. Which one's the real one?
Can I investigate which one is the real one?
You can give me a. I have this written down and everything. Come on.
Or making a decision?
Give me a logic check.
Okay.
Yeah, really. There's 4 hot.
fair warning. I have some potential fuckery in plan, planned.
There's
Just
Four
so you know.
handsome femboy elves all
13.
over the place. Recluse is like it's raining
Yeah.
men. Hallelujah.
13.
13. You're not sure.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to web everyone.
Okay, you're all getting it. All right, pick one.
Pick one.
Yep. Because the webbing is a single target.
It is. They all look the same.
Oh, same. Except for Killian, unless you're going to web him too. Fuck it.
One doesn't accidentally have, or coincidentally have a puddle of blood at his feet.
They all do. They all have blood on the sword. They have
And, like, I tried
I
to
see blood
on-
squeeze
blood on
blood
their
out of my
forearm.
wound to make it fall onto the floor.
I see more. I see this other elf talking to this other elf though.
yes. They don't seem to like each other.
Oh. I'm gonna shoot at the one that seems to be the most upset.
That is not Killian.
That yeah,
I
that's
mean, even odds.
actually even better. Can I like pull them down with the webbing, kind of like boom, like
Pull him down. How so?
Web on face, yank down.
Which one?
The one that looks the most angry.
They all look angry. That's the problem.
Wow.
They look identical. There's four
This is-
No,
identical.
in the two that was arguing.
Yeah, the two that were arguing.
Yes, but there's like 3 guys over there, or there's 2 over there that look like the same.
I-
They were arguing with the one. Because now that the one's pulled away, you're not sure which one was the one that was being held and which one was
Because
holding.
the mirror image is mirrored, like even the movement of the mouth.
Okay.
I mean, roll a d6. 1 and 3, you pick one. 4 and 6, you pick the other one.
Sure. 6.
I'm just glad I'm not up close in this.
6.
6. All right. And you're going to shoot your web. Agility.
What is it if it's a 6 on the Marvel?
If it's a 6 on the marble, it's a 6.
Okay.
There's nothing super special. It's the one that's the fantastic.
Uh, 13 again.
Nice. 13
Mm.
is actually successful.
Oh,
So you letting onto somebody, and you're going to pull him down. Are you going to do any damage to him?
yeah, I want to do damage. I'm like, this is to like not crack your skull open, but crack it
right.
moderately.
So you're going to yank him to the floor, essentially.
Yep.
Make him lose his balance, knock him to the floor.
Yep.
All right. What was you rolled a 6 on the marble die,
Yes.
and your bonus is 1.
1.
So 7 points.
Yes.
So one of the elves trips and falls to the floor. Falls on his face.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's just been revoked.
Synapse. There's an elf
Synapse.
beside you. Weirdly, he just shot some kind of web. Maybe. And against another
That's the
one of the
thing
elves
y'all
over
can
there,
do.
shot at himself. And then another one next to him.
Okay.
And then Killian.
So I have a few questions, right?
1 shard for each of them.
I'm currently no, I was thinking that. I was thinking, however, there are cameras in here, right?
Yes.
And part of the telepathic thing is that I can see through machines if they let me.
Sure.
Since this seems to be a mental trick as opposed to a physical change, I've not changed, and I can assume that the guy that just shot webs is the spider guy that I just saw. So it must be a mental trick, which means can I use the cameras as my own vision and see who is what? Using my
Could,
machine
but you have to
telepathy.
be by the cameras. Or by the monitors.
I just have to see them.
Oh no, okay, fair.
Doesn't
Okay,
I
no,
just have to
yeah.
actually
All right.
I can look through. No, just have to have known the computer and interacted with it or see it. I interacted with the monitors.
Yes, you
So
have.
can I connect back to them, see the current room?
Yes.
I might be fucking up your DM plans. I'm
No,
so
no,
sorry.
that's fine. No, I'm just wanting to make sure that you can, there's no range, there's no limit to the distance. Okay. Technically, there's no limit, which is also weird, but here it is. All right.
I think it's because it's
Yes,
not an
you
offensive
can, in
power.
fact, in the same room, you can access to a security camera, especially ones that you've actually looked through. So give me a logic.
Yeah.
Check.
Please. Let me just get my stats back up because I had to close roll 20.
What?
Okay. I'm gonna switch out these dice because I can't fucking read them in this light. Again, it's like 7 a.m. for me. 5 plus 4, again, so a 9, and then a 5 on the marble die.
14.
Plus 3
14.
for the logic.
17.
17.
Yeah,
Nice.
easily. Yes, you can, in fact. So what are you trying to do with this, though?
I want to see. So I'm assuming that it's a psychic projection. You know what I mean?
And
Like
this is also a
that we're not
standard
being
action, by the way.
changed. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That we're not being changed, that our perception is being changed, which
Correct.
means the cameras wouldn't have that problem. I would be able to see who is
And you can.
the elf we're targeting and who has our friend. Okay. I'm going to point directly at the elf.
Next action.
That is, huh?
Next action.
It's not. I'm not going. Yeah,
It's
I'm not
not an
doing
action
any
to
actions.
do.
I am basically just going to point at this guy and go,
Oh, I see.
"That's the one we want to kill." I'm
I'll
not
let that
going.
one.
I'm not going
We'll
to try
let
to do
that go.
anything.
Yep. Okay.
I'm just trying to tell the rest of the party. And you just hear, I imagine, because it's just a psychic projection, you hear her voice being like, that's the hang on. That's the guy over there. That's the one you want to kill. I am too short.
So
I am too short for this shit.
Brown Recluse, the elf to your left says, "That's the guy over there. I am too short." And it's pointing in the direction of those two guys over there.
Okay. Is it my turn yet? Or
No, not yet. Gideon.
Like, there is nothing else I can do. I wanted to like have something
fine.
like a little piece of glass just float above the guy, but I
Like
can't do that
an
without
Yeah,
like a Sims diamond.
Gideon.
That's my next turn.
Killian will look. Can I see where she was pointing? Because, like you said, they're both kind of close to each other. Is it obvious to me which of the two that she's pointing to? From
Roll vigilance. I'll let you roll vigilance. Bit of a toughie.
Yeah, it's a 10 total. Man, so it's a
And
13.
I'm gonna say probably not. Not quite. Ugh. I mean, she's in the general direction. So one of the two. So not that one and not the other one that's standing next to her.
I will choose the one that seems to be in the closest position to where the original one was.
Okay.
I will just look him in the eye and squint, and maybe if I don't have his attention, just like grab onto his collar. I want to look for that confusion / recognition that I noticed in his eyes, and see
Every
if
one
I
of them
can
has his goal.
Oh,
How many d6?
okay. 3.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I will just. I mean, I'll say yes. This is the one. This is the real one. To the one that I was
Okay.
interacting with.
Ground Recluse. That other elf points at the other elf, saying, like the Killian elf points at the one on the left, which is not the one that you webbed, saying, "This is the one."
okay.
That's your action, Celine? You want your
Gideon
Killian? You don't
just
want
face
to?
planting.
Something happened
I
to
guess.
Gideon. I'm not. We'll find out.
Yeah, I think I did enough rolls for that to be my action. But can I just kind of look at Synapse and see if like her finger is now pointing to the one that I have grabbed now that I'm like, next to him? Does it look like she's
No.
pointing to him?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. All right.
I would be
Okay.
tracking him. I would.
Distracted him. She's
Pointing
probably
directly
pointing
at this
more
guy.
towards the guy on the floor.
Note to self: buy laser pointers for everyone.
Not the red ones, they'll hurt your eyes.
Fucking will at this point.
Then my last word on my turn will be
You name
maybe.
tag.
And then that's what I do.
All right. Guy on the floor swings out with his sword and takes a swing at Killian's leg
My legs.
and misses terribly with
Yeah.
a 6. Wait, no, 7, 8, 9. 9.
Yeah, right.
Kind of sucked. And so he's got like webbing in his eyes, not having a good day. Take the swing. Slice and miss. Incoming message. Okay. Round recluse. No, Gideon. You did. There you go.
I am going to. Well, I mean, to me, I assume I'm not confused about which elf is the real elf.
Well, there's one on the floor. There's
That
Killian
just
beside you.
swung
That
out
just-
at Killian.
Did I just grab Gideon by the collar and look into his eyes?
Yes. And there's two other elves. One that just shot webbing, and there's
Yeah.
another one pointing at the one on the floor.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to try to stomp on the sword holding hand. I really don't want him holding that weapon anymore. That's enough of that.
There.
So I'm literally I'm gonna start stomping at it and going, please stop it with the weapon. This is inappropriate behavior in a museum.
All right. Make me a melee attack.
No. That's a 9.
9. 9 is just a 9. Nope. And he somehow deftly moves the sword out of your reach. You're next.
You'll have to try.
Round recluse.
Do I see everything?
You see one elf trying to stomp on the sword of the other elf that's on the floor. There's an elf beside you. Killian is being grabbed. Or Killian is grabbing one of the elves that isn't the one on the floor. Saying this is the one.
This is the one.
That's what he said.
Let
I'd like to
me.
point out that I am pointing at the one on the floor.
Meanwhile, the other elf beside you
Whichever
is
the real
pointing at
one
the one on the
is.
floor.
You know what? They're just flat on the floor, prone.
Seems to be. I mean, he's still swinging the sword around.
I'm pulling that sword. I want the sword. Okay.
Okay, and give me an agility check.
Okay. 3 5, so 15 plus 1, 16.
Nice. That'll
Very
work.
nice.
And you essentially you don't have the power set yet to pull the grab,
Okay.
but you can still cast. You can basically stick it to the floor.
Yeah. We just
And the sword is, and well, even say the sword hand is stuck to the floor. Splack. Yeah. He is not. The sword is.
okay. And I'll say et tu brute. No. 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 Double. No, that's not it. You've just got served. Pew.
Tell me I hear this from the elf. Please.
Et tu brute. No. That's not right. You've just been served.
Yes.
All right, we all know that's not the real one.
It's just like, what is that? No. Even the elf was kind of shocked at hearing his own voice. Like,
That doesn't sound
say
right.
that. I don't say that. It's not what I no. It's not my. All right. Synapse.
Okay. Can I keep the link with the PC up so I can continue looking through the
Yes,
thing,
it is in fact
but also
concentration.
use my. Okay, so if I try and use another power, though, it would break.
You can concentrate on a number of things equal to your rank.
Okay.
So this will get better once
Oh.
you get your rank. But yes, you can concentrate on something and do something else.
Okay, because what I kind of wanted to do was that whole Sims thing and put the little piece of glass floating above the guy's head.
You can do that. Absolutely.
And be able to keep the thing on him, basically. So to know that this is both indeed the real one and that I can then identify him for the other people.
Right.
So I'd like to take a relatively big piece of glass. I'm not going to be throwing it. I literally just want to move it so it's hovering over this guy's head and just like floating there. How about we hit this one, yeah? As I just send it going.
Cool. Gideon.
It just occurred to me that Killian might think that you're the real one, Synapse, trying to make us go after another guy.
Do
so
it.
I'm not
Do what
fully
you need to do.
confident.
If you attack me, that's perfectly fine.
No. Like, I don't fully trust, because this is still coming from an elf's mouth, or the elf's mouth.
This is the
So, yes. I think I will just try and restrain Gideon, aka the one that I thought
one that
was
you thought was there. Okay.
the real one.
Melee weapon or melee attack.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yes.
Easily.
Just like arms maybe behind the back. And I look to the one that said something very weird, in my opinion. They're like, I trusted you're not the real elf. You must help us discover who it is. And that'll be my action.
All right. Gideon, you are grappled.
Has Killian pulled me away from the prone elf?
Nope.
I'm gonna keep stomping.
All right, roll it up.
Okay, that's not bad. That is 13.
13 actually hits.
Nice.
Okay. And your damage, what? The marble dice.
The marble die was 6, so that is going to be 6.
Nice. Oof. Okay.
Just stomping on that wrist, and while Killian's withholding me, I am going to say, what are you doing? This is the one on the floor is clearly the wrong elf. I mean, what is
doing?
this? This is
The one on the
this.
floor is
Not even
clearly-
John would write about this.
Not even John was right about this.
What he just said perhaps makes me think you're right. Who's John? Tell me.
What do you mean, who's John?
In a flash of eldritch energy, the webbed one on the floor, the one whose sword is webbed on the floor, you're stomping on his wrist, vanishes and reappears behind Gideon. And from a previously unseen sheath, pulls a dagger and jabs you in the side. 9 points of damage.
Oof.
Oof.
You're the real threat.
Who the hell are you?
Okay, there's a piece of glass now floating in the middle of the room for no reason. Brown Recluse.
Of course, I see this.
Yep. So you've got bad guy elf standing behind Killian, who just seems to have maybe stabbed him, and Killian is holding on to another bad guy elf by the arms. And then there's another bad guy elf behind you. And then of course yourself.
The one that's behind Killian, he's facing him.
Yep.
In that direction. Okay. I'm in the mood to cause some pain. Is there a way that I can use my web and not even surreptitiously grab the crotch area and pull it down from there? Just,
I mean, he's wearing pants.
that's
so I don't know
fine.
how successful that'll be necessarily.
Or I can trip him up. Whichever one. I just want to cause some pain.
Yeah, you can. Excuse me. I would say agility. Fire up those shooters.
Six, 5. That's what.
17.
That's a lot. 17.
Yeah.
Yes, you get him.
Okay. And I just pull back.
And you're going to sort of yank him away from.
Yep.
All right. And that's a significant enough roll. You and the two of you, Killian and Gideon, basically see a set of webs shoot past Killian on your right shoulder. And he pulls the guy, sort of knocks you out of the way, knocks into Gideon, and basically yanks the guy into a display case, let's say. And your Marvel dice, Brown Recluse, was a 6. Nice. And your bonus?
Is +1.
Nice. 7 points.
7. And I say, I will have my vengeance now or in the next life. Asshole.
I will have my vengeance now or in the next life. Deeply disturbing. All these elves just saying random shit. And this takes us to Synapse.
Okay. Did Killian make any indication that he didn't trust me?
No, I don't think he's really paid attention to you or seen you at this point that much.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to know because Synapse is entirely the person that would be like, I told you so, didn't I?
I told you so, didn't I?
But if she didn't know he didn't believe her, no, if he didn't know
Oh,
that,
fair.
if she
Good
didn't know
point,
that
then.
he didn't believe her, she would make the joke.
Didn't Killian
I did say
say something to the effect of "We don't know whom to trust"?
yeah. More between you and the real one,
Fair.
but that does imply
Yeah.
that I also.
Well, gee, it would have been nice if someone could have told you who was the bad guy, huh?
Would have been
Golly, it's like
nice to do who the
it
bad
would have been really helpful.
be really helpful.
The elf just saying
Dripping
golly.
sarcasm, snooty elf voice.
Golly.
Can I take the shard of glass and I'm just gonna send it into the bad elf that both got webbed and stabbed Killian,
Sure,
and that I can see is the bad guy.
let's do that.
Since tracking him is going to be a bit of an issue since you keep moving him around. Thanks for that.
And you all have blank. What are you talking about? I'm just showing
Okay,
you
that
how
is a
useful it is. So your result?
That is a 6 on the marble die and a 4 plus a 3 on the.
So 13, that's a hit. Especially considering
Sweet.
he's not all that agile, honestly. So you did, what's your bonus for agility?
Agility is just 1.
That's okay, that's a 7-point damage. Cool beans. He's not doing too good. So Gash
That'll be
chunks
my
of-
turn. I'm just full of like sarcastic. Sorry.
Killian.
Let go of other
You.
evil elf.
Him? Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. And I'll start making some symbols. I fully already trusted the brown recluse elf, and he's pulling this one to him, who also just stabbed me in the back, so I don't need any more proof. I'm going to send a blast of air, an elemental burst.
Nice.
At the body being grabbed by the other elf. Or I will try. Makes a ranged attack.
The agility.
Agility. Thank you.
Elemental blast.
Oh gosh. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think that
8.
hits.
8's a no. Ooh. Good. Nope. 8 is not successful. But it blows a bunch of glass around. That's cool. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Lots of noise. Glass noise. Gideon.
How fastly I'm obsessed about this sword. How how fastly secured is the sword by the webbing on the floor?
It looks significantly adhered.
I don't assume the elf decided to forget his dagger in Killian.
No.
Then I'm just gonna go for a. Actually, what I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna try to trip him up.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get him back on the ground.
Nobody likes punching, huh? That's cool.
I'm not much of a
I'm a weak
puncher.
ass bitch. Like I'm not strong enough to fight somebody.
Honestly, the closest I can get to knocking him out is probably to lecture at him for hours.
Punch him in the
Fair.
sack.
Listen, we have one character that was built to be a frontline, and that
Yeah.
character's not with us today.
Yeah. That's the best part. That's the best part.
We didn't expect this for the first episode, man.
Yeah.
All right. Make me a melee attack.
Come on. Lucky 616. Not a lucky 616. That is going to be 11, so I am assuming nothing happens.
Nope. Not quite enough. You take a sort of a
Kick
sweeping,
at his foot and
kind of sweep at the leg.
hurt my shin.
But this elf is educated enough that he's seen Karate Kid, so he knows what to do.
Mm.
Crane leaps out of the way, and
Yeah.
because he's learning with all of these human
Yes,
aphorisms.
he resisted my rabbit sweeps the dojo.
right? Sweep the legs. And
Helps if you don't say the moves out loud.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sweep his
Oh.
leg.
Yeah, exactly. Get ready, I will trip him up.
I can teach you how to defend against the knife attack, but you have to come at me like this.
Yeah.
All right. He just to trip things up, would hurl his knife at Brown Recluse,
Oh,
Oh no.
and he misses terribly
yeah.
with a 7. Oh wait, 10. Yes, no, that was not great because he's kind of distracted and assailed from all sides. This is very not fair. 4 of you beating up on a. Okay. Brown Recluse.
So what has happened again? Has he gotten up?
You basically, your spider sense, essentially, warned you of an impeding dagger that comes flying
Okay.
past you. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Has it fallen
And
back?
he's kind of on his feet. Gideon just tried to trip him. Yeah, that.
Can I go up to him and Rochambeau him in the nuts?
You absolutely can. Try.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Excellent.
I'm done. I'm tired of this.
Do it. Do it. Roll me a melee.
Mealy?
Melee.
0, but okay. 6, 6, 5.
Nice.
That's
a
12,
lot.
30, 40, 50, 60. Huh?
That's a lot.
Okay. I can
What's the
take
marble
it.
die?
6.
Nice.
No, it's
again.
5. It's
5.
5. 5.
So +1. Or what's your melee bonus?
0.
0.
So 5 points. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's
I can take
not
a picture
looking
so you
good.
guys can see it.
He's kind of rough around the edges looking now.
But I'm just hiya right in the sack.
Like
Mhm.
staggers him a little. He's not happy with that.
Say hello to my little friend. Well, your little friend, jerk off.
Synapse. Say hello to my little friend. Jerk off. Yeah, wonder.
It's 7:30 a.m. in the morning. I already have the giggles. Don't do this. Okay, okay. All right. Is there anything like so? I've never been to the Seattle Art Museum. Is there a chandelier
Sure.
or a relatively like relatively ornate enough thing that I could
Yes.
drop on him but not hit anybody else?
Absolutely.
Break
Cool.
more
Since
glass.
What do I care?
mean-
I'm not paying for it.
I am.
So it's right above him. What I would like to do is unscrew the bolts and whatever that's holding that chandelier in place, and I want to
Sure.
drop it. So I'm not going to try and maneuver this thing. I just want it to drop directly on top of him.
Okay. Not sure he's in the right position, but you might need to.
Oh, then I'll
manipulate-
I'll maneuver it if you like. I was just
Alright.
like,
That's we're gonna make that one a.
I'll maneuver it so it's right over him, and then I'm going to drop the bloody thing.
Okay, so we can use your standard action, and we can use your agility to accurately hit him with it.
Okay. Yeah, I have nothing in melee, by the way. That's
know.
why I'm not going up and attacking this guy.
I mean, you don't have anything in agility.
I'm staying here and yeeting shit.
I mean,
Huh?
let's face it, you don't have anything in agility either.
I have 1 in agility.
There you go.
Okay. 6 plus 4, which is 10. It is 10, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And a 5 on the marble dice.
Nice. And your
And plus
agility is
1
a
to my
1,
agility.
so
So
6. Okay.
yes.
So he just gets lambasted with this
This,
chandelier. Comes
yeah,
down,
just
smash! More shattering glass all over the place.
I needed more ammunition, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Sharp glass is in short supply in
Julian.
this place.
How bad is he looking to?
He looks pretty rough after he just got smacked in the head with a chandelier.
And punched in the balls.
Punched in the nuts and smashed his face on the way down to the floor like twice.
I'm still gonna try and pin him. I'm more
Bounced
into.
off of a display case.
He's getting ragdolled.
That was
I'm
for a
really
high and
interested
mighty
in
elf.
him. He's. I have a lot of questions for this elf. I want him to be able to answer them. So I'm just gonna try and pin him down once more. Seven plus 5 is 12 plus 1 is 13.
15's a hit. And you are grappling him? Are you pinning him to the ground? Are you...
I'm going to try and pin him to the ground, yeah.
Okay. All right,
You're
so
outmatched.
you grapple.
And outnumbered.
You can try to pin next round.
Okay.
And you cannot actually move or move with him unless you're strong enough to actually pick him up and carry him.
Probably not.
Then he must escape to be free. Be free, Gideon. Gideon just grabbed the beat up looking elf, which, to be fair, all of you look pretty beat up.
Yeah.
But he grabbed this one. That just ended up getting wanged in the face with a chandelier. And punched in the nuts.
You know what? I'm just gonna try to punch him. Just gonna try to give him a good old
Sure. Haymaker. Boom.
good old. I would call it a 1-2, but my melee is 0, so
Sure. 0, 1, 2.
a 0,
Alright.
1-2, yeah.
Roll away.
That is a 1 on the Marvel die, but it is a total of 12.
Not Hold this, where are the conditions?
Just don't gauge the distance,
Yeah.
right? And instead of punching him, end up shoving a finger into his mouth.
Oh.
Oh.
Nah,
Anyone making an attack against the entangled character has trouble. If the attack against the intended target fails, compare the same attack check against the other target's ability defense to see if it hits them instead.
Oh, gosh.
No, wait, if I have trouble, then I should probably re-roll the 1 on the Marvel die.
If the attacker doesn't care who gets hit, the attacker has an edge on the check.
I care
Just
who
so
gets
you
hit.
Don't care who you get, who you punch. That elf or the other elf. If the result is high enough to hit one of the targets but not the other, that's who it hits. If it's high enough to hit either one of them, determine the actual target randomly. That seems a bit weird. But, you know, there it is. But you did roll a fail, but because you rolled a 1 on the Marvel die, I'm going to say you don't actually hit Killian as a random. But at the same time, you slip on
My own blood, probably.
I was going to say the big shard of convenient glass that was sitting there hovering above the guy before. but now got dropped because we had to concentrate on something else.
To be fair, I yeeted
So-
that into him.
You're welcome. So you basically you got to start to step up and take this mighty swing at him, and shoot, your feet slip out from underneath you, and you manage a kind of a half-hearted, half-assed swing, clunk, kind of scrape your knuckles on the plate armor. Excuse me. And do no damage. He excuse me, sorry. He disappears out of your grip in that same eldritch, let's call it a phase step, because technically that's what it is. Blink. And he reappears at the entrance, basically where the glass was first smashed. And he, at least you're assuming it's him, because that same sort of eldritch, misty display. But it's not him. It's an old man. Help, officers! Help! Help!
Oh,
Being attacked by ruffians. And those Synapse, you can see no change, because you're looking through the camera eye. The rest of you look like street tough gang members. Like, just sort of, but it's kind of generic, not even 100%. It's not like you have your own unique, I'm wearing a bandana, I'm doing this and doing that, I've got like a goatee, facial hair, whatever. Each one's unique, or it's not even like each one's the same. Each one's sort of bland, as though you'd been washed with a lo-fi sort of image off of like a Betamax beta tape from the 1970s or something. You're not quite, you look like generic thug number one in a crowd in a made-for-TV movie, when basically the cattle call was wear a leather jacket and you're a gang member. You have no lines, you're not on actually thing, you're not going to show your face on screen, but you're a generic face in the crowd. And we're around Recluse.
I see a bunch of ruffians.
Yes. You all look like gang members now. Gang members.
Is the one I punched in the sack still kind of in that same area?
No, he disappeared. The guy that got hit with the chandelier, and then Gideon tried to punch him and missed. He's now in the doorway, looking like an old man. A beat up old man.
Wait, who's in the doorway?
the bad guy.
There's a little old man in the doorway that disappeared.
He's got a glamour on.
Gotcha.
He's wearing an old man hat.
He's wearing an old man suit. Better than wearing an old man suit.
He's in the door. He's in the doorway.
Pulls it up.
Yeah, calling out to all the cops outside,
he's
saying
like,
that we're
Can
attacked.
I throw my web at him and kind of like
Well, he's turned away. You could grab him potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that. If it hurts him, so be it.
Ranged attack, agility.
554, so what, 14?
That's a hit.
15.
Yep.
Okay.
And he is technically, the web paralyzes the enemy. What is paralysis? Paralysis. Paralyzed. Cannot move or take any actions that require melee or agility checks. Agility defense is reduced to 10 against ranged attack, and close attacks automatically hit. So he's kind of like caught in sort of the window-less window in a sort of a web snare of sorts.
Where do you think you're going, cock juggling thunder cunt? And I just
Now say that with just a bit more Cockney. No, it's fine.
where do you think you're going, you
There it
cock
is.
juggling thunder cunt?
There it is. Perfect. Blimey.
Not okay.
We're going to be right. So yes. So you got him. He's kind of stuck where he is.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, well, if he's stuck where he is, can I like Rochambeau him again, but like from behind?
Technically no, because you used your web shot.
Okay, that's fine, and I'll just sit here holding him.
Synapse.
Synapse understands
Is he
what's
in-
going on. Oh, sorry. I'm not Synapse. What the heck?
But this is true.
This is also
Solstice, not
We,
Is
we
he
Synapse.
have
inside
all
the
lost
door or
our
outside the
identities in
door?
this.
he's kind of in between. He's kind of literally
None
in
of
the
us
doorway.
knows who we are anymore.
Is there any possible way I can shut the door between us?
There's a big open
Like between him
hole
and
where the doorway was in the first place. So no.
sorry.
It's kind of like he's basically sort of in the entranceway where the glass door was shattered in the first place. But now he's kind of strung up
Right.
like a spider web. There's this helpless old man sticking in a spider web.
Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download a copy of the while we're doing this, I'm gonna command the computer that I'm connected with to send me a copy of the security footage, and I'm gonna wipe it from where we are. So I have a backup, but I don't want it remaining on the system.
Sure.
And I'm going to basically shout out, well, not even shout out, be like, yeah, we need to go, like now, to the rest of the superheroes.
I would use that too
Because
really loosely right now. You're
he's-
beating up an old man.
Yeah, we're beating up an old man in front of the cops. We need to leave now. I'm guessing in my when I was looking through the cameras and everything earlier, I know an exit out of this place that isn't the main door, right?
Sure.
Cool, I'm cheesing it. I'm going. I'm not staying here with the superheroes that are gonna get caught for beating up an old guy. With the guy that just webbed a guy.
You're so close. You just have to
doorway.
hit him one more
This
time.
is not a win scenario for me. I need to go. But I gave them a warning. And I'm going to gesture towards the door that I'm going to leave through to give them a hint.
Sure.
We gotta go now and fucking go. I'm just gonna.
So you start
I'm
leaving.
gonna keep my eye on the cameras and stuff. But
Sure.
yeah, I'm out.
Julian.
Sorry, guys.
Julian.
Wonderful. I will say, yes, perhaps it's wisest to leave. You don't want to get caught up in this. I can take care of it. And I'm going to use my disguise spell. But instead of turning into Killian, just like a nondescript, middle-aged man wearing almost what I was wearing. But I just want to look older and
Sure.
wiser.
Okay. And you're
Does that
making
take
your
precedence
way.
over the psychic image that he's projecting on us?
That's a good question. I know he's not. Oh yeah, actually he is too. He's projecting on Celia.
Yeah, we're gang members.
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
You can change your appearance.
Yeah, we'll see what that does. Because I don't think I know that I am afflicted by this. So I'm
Well,
just
you
gonna try.
look down at yourself, and the old man tweed that you're imagining you were changing yourself into
Mhm.
doesn't seem to manifest.
Wait, am I also a ruffian? Oh,
Yes.
goodness. Perhaps we should leave. I'll try and run behind Synapse. That's my turn.
Gideon,
Hmm.
it's like, what's going on now?
I mean, at this point, I look like a like he's turned me into a generic thug, right?
Yes,
Producing the illusion of a thug beating up an old man.
correct.
I'm gonna throw something at him.
Thank you. Agility.
I'm going to
Like, thank you. Like, the logical option is not to fucking cheese
mean,
it right now.
I'm just gonna play
Yes,
into the
fair.
narrative. I mean, this dude is doing exactly what I have been trying to do all my life, making me blend in and having nobody recognize me. Okay, let's see. If I can, oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. We do like to see that. That is going to be a 16.
That is a hit.
6 damage. That is a 4 on the Marvel die plus 2 for my agility.
And that's enough. So you basically, you're like, fuck this. You grab the chandelier, bring it over, and you bonk him on the side of the head. And he's like, ugh, and his head lolls to one side, and he instantaneously loses the disguise of the old man. He looks now like the elf in armor. You all start looking like yourselves. It's like 6 hit points left. I'm like, so glad.
Listen. Like, I get that was the narrative point to keep fighting him, but
No,
like,
but-
Synapse
No,
is
no,
like,
absolutely.
oh fuck no, I'm not
Absolutely,
going to jail for
But you're
this. Elf.
fitting into the role so perfectly.
Is he dead?
But yeah,
Alright.
so basically, I'm like gonna take off a piece of the chandelier, chuck it at his head, and when he starts collapsing, and I see the illusions kind of like start dropping off of us, I'm just gonna like move off to a side where I'm out of view, so that I can be and kind of like drop down
Back
to
into
my
your
knees
usual.
next to
Yeah.
the sword,
Oh,
pretending
speaking
to
of, you
be
should be healing
hurt.
too, yeah?
It's slower than that.
I thought it was your.
It should be, but we changed it up a
Oh,
bit.
that's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. I will be fine eventually.
Yes.
That is
So a number of
my
things
life.
happen. As he lumps to the side, and he's out, unconscious, hanging in this web like it's a weird marionette. A purplish crystalline shard kind of falls away from his body. And from the back room, is everything all right? What happened? Out comes
Maxwell?
right, Maxwell. And he surveys the scene.
I gesture and sorry,
No, go ahead.
and call that purple crystal towards me, and just like kind of basically just put it into my bag very quickly. Just
You can.
I would like to steal shit.
I
Will
was
it
gonna
explode
steal-
if I do that? It's probably a bad thing, but Synapse is entirely the bitch that is like magpie.
Yeah, you're a
brain.
magpie. We get it. You
Kind of, yeah.
clearly didn't
New
learn the
tech.
lesson the last time. But that's all right.
No, that's fair.
More about that later. Exposition. You start. You have this impulse. It's like, ooh, that looks impressive / valuable / interesting / potentially that guy probably shouldn't have it. And you basically start surreptitiously moving it towards yourself in order to retrieve it, and it stops in the middle of the room. It's just you can't seem to get it to go any further. Maxwell Price comes out of the room.
Imagine you all sort of see her just like gesturing, like
It's like,
gradually more frustrated. Just
Jean Grey in your way. No. Doesn't seem to want to move. It just like slides through some of the glass debris and it stops.
Did I try and pick it up?
Oh no.
You reach down and you touch the purple crystalline shard. And give me a vigilance check. This one's an easy one. This one should be easy. Actually, everybody give me a vigilance check.
Damn.
okay, shit.
9.
10.
12.
11.
Excellent. You all
Oh.
see when Killian reaches down, the crystal, the shard, flares brightly, just like, and it becomes very warm or not very warm, but warm to the touch. But otherwise, you're able to pick it up. And if you look very, very sort of, if you're looking at it really intently because you're curious about it, you can almost see a little light, a little pulse, little throb, ebb and flow. It's a little sort of a little something in it or about it, and it's resonating. And it's giving off a nice sort of gentle, comforting warmth.
I'll walk it over to Synapse. You seemed interested.
Yes, I was. Even though she knows it's a terrible idea, I want to preface this, she knows it's a bad idea. She's going to reach up and is going to take this crystal and like hold it in her hands and just like kind of look at it for a moment.
I'm sure we all see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a
Yo,
bad choice.
short lady, what the fuck are you doing?
It's some sort. Well, I don't.
And they're
that's the wrong
fingerless
answer. Hold
gloves,
on.
right?
It's. Yes.
Okay. Just trying to.
Shit. Yeah.
And where's Elf Dude?
He's still in the web. He's
unconscious in the web by the doors.
Can I like cocoon him and like
You-
on my shoulder? Whatever's about to
Sure.
happen, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave with
Meanwhile,
him.
Maxwell's completely. What is going on exactly? Is
Who is Maxwell?
the
Maxwell is the
curator
owner of the museum, and
Is
once he
watching
kind of,
on the
like,
monitors the whole time?
Oh,
Like, what is going on?
Well,
out there?
Actually, I
Yeah,
would like to try
I
to
take
do
it.
damage control on Mr. Verdant. I am going to talk to him and kind of like try to, in a very confused sort of randomized babble, try to extract from him what exactly he has seen. And if it looks like he has seen too much from my perspective, I will offer a very handsome donation from the Jane Reeve Foundation to support the reparation and restitution of the artwork of for the museum.
What has happened here?
It's some.
Well, that's strange. And he's looking at the crystal. I've never seen it glow.
Are you familiar with this item?
Well, no. I mean, the artist just brings in his own things and he set it up as a display. But well, that's fascinating.
Who is the artist of this particular piece?
His name, and I have his name, and it's a very important name too. Oliver Greenwood, his name is. He's done pieces before. You know what would be really amusing? I have a colleague at the University of Washington who studies. I wrote this down too. Hold on. Henry Silverbrook. He studies optical crystallography. I wonder. I should have to contact young Master Greenwood and maybe inquire as to whether he would consent to his artifact being sent to Washington U for safekeeping. I don't suppose you'd be interested in escorting the shard there.
I very much would.
Of
This
course,
seems
yes.
to be a
I would be
very
happy to.
interesting-
Good, good. Why are you standing around?
Well, we have to wait for the authorities, I'm sure.
No, I will handle the authorities.
All right, good, good. I got my prize. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Remember. Wait, I don't have the thing in front of me. Sorry. Henry Silverbrook. And he sort of like
Silverbrook.
pushes past. I mean, you pulled the guy down, right? So you kind of webbed him up.
Yes.
Leave him here. You go on to the university.
Wait, why do you want to kill? Wait, you want him?
No, I'm going to leave him for the authorities. Let the Seattle's finest do their job.
Okay, we can do that. Hold on. Let me check. Does he have anything on his pockets?
I mean, odd silver, small coins. But generally he seems sort of mostly an unprepared adventurer in D&D terms. He doesn't have any pack. He doesn't wearing anything fancy. There's no potion belt or anything. He's got like the sword and everything, which is over there on the floor underneath the goblet webbing.
I guess if he just has the coin, I'll just leave that. Well, take the coin.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will tell Maxwell, thank you, Maxwell. And like I said, rest assured that there will be a significant donation towards making
Oh, no,
repairs.
not to worry, not to worry, not to worry. Up you go, up you go.
Where's that sword?
Make haste.
Can I get the sword?
I mean, it's over there on the floor under some webbing.
Yeah. Get it?
Yep.
And I kind of pointed at him. You're a disease and I was the cure.
Do you have to do that every time?
What
Is
do you
that
mean?
just the thing you do?
Is the fact that
That's-
you're short in stature and
know-
little creepy?
You think I'm creepy? I didn't want to be creepy.
It is
Am I really that creepy?
It's the hoodie looks kind of little like witch Wizard of Oz, you know.
You young people have a
But it's
very
really
different
soft.
version of the Wizard of Oz from what I have seen.
We should go. We should go.
Let's get out of here.
On that note, and I'm going to turn to Killian. Why did he refer to you as Seely?
I'm not sure. Our kind are not supposed to be in this realm.
Oh,
without
actually, wait.
purpose.
Just a second before we
Reconciliation.
go on down that road. Are you still like? You haven't yet changed into like.
He
So to
now
speak,
looks like
Killian
a
form. You look
nondescript
like
man.
a. But I have seen that transformation, right? Like I have. I don't want to be stepping on any toes here because I'm now no longer certain whether I have connected the non-human form to this form. I certainly don't know that Killian is the half elf, I think.
Mhm.
But have I connected that what you look like now is connected to the half elf?
Interesting. I wouldn't have changed my voice, so I'd
Okay.
probably still sound like the elf, but I
Okay.
look like a nondescript
Okay.
middle-aged man.
I mean, exclusion principle would indicate that you're the other elf-like
Yeah,
being. So
that's
if
fair.
that is the case, then I'm going to ask why did he refer to you as Seely?
I don't know why he's even here at all on Earth. It's not able to question him about anything that he said. But I'm just confused as you are.
Well, I suppose we all have a significant number of things to discuss on our way to Washington University.
As we're leaving. Hey, short, creepy lady. Are you on Tinder?
No, but would I know who he is? Considering how much of my life is spent in cyberspace, I would have been pretty well and
You might have
following
seen
the people in
mention.
this
It
area.
hasn't been that long. You might have seen mention of an individual similar to or having spider-like powers, and basically being referred to as like Seattle Spider-Man or Seattle's Spider-Man or something like that.
No, but I am. You're on. Does this world have Twitter? Like this?
Yep.
I can say Twitter,
Sure.
right?
Pretty sure we're going to be using it. So yes.
You're on social media, correct?
Well, yeah, isn't everybody on
I've
social
seen
media?
some of your.
No.
That's what I thought. Really?
Wait, you see my stuff?
Yeah. The what was it? Seattle Spider-Man or something like that.
You a
Is
fan?
that you?
I cannot confirm nor deny, but I cannot confirm nor
I'm
deny
not
give
a
you an
particular-
autograph. That's cool.
That would be lovely, but we should probably move because we don't want to deal with the authorities, and I don't
Yeah,
want to get
I've
anybody in
been waiting to
trouble.
go for a while. Oh, that accent is kick ass. Like where you from? Like Florida?
That's an excellent question. You
Oh.
know, I like a little bit of mystique. You know, I'm trying to be kind of not like you, but someone
Like me? Oh man, I gotta follow so I can
importance.
train you in a lot of stuff when we get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here. We'll go to Maggio's. We'll get some. What do they sell? Some baked ziti and a glass of apple juice. We can share it together. Let's go.
Yeah, that would
Who's
be
the old
great.
guy?
How work?
The rest of y'all, We should probably stay in contact at the very least.
Oh, you want my
Right.
number?
Indeed, staying in contact is a good idea. I'm going to take out my Nokia 6220
Holy
or
shit! Look at that
6210, I
brick.
think it is. And
At the exact
yo.
same time, her face just drops, like horrified, like,
What the
"How
fuck is
are you,
that?
sweetheart?"
so your what is your telephone number?
Telephone number?
Just say
Like,
telephone number.
yeah, what the?
It's a
Well,
reasonable thing to say.
Yeah.
yes, it is the number that I dial when I wish to reach you on your telephone. Yes, a telephone number.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what? Why don't y'all give? Yeah, I think we're gonna
Yeah,
exchange this as we're like
definitely.
leaving this museum, like just trying to like. But yes, I will try and take everybody's numbers down. Does
Gideon's
everyone have
number
the
is so
ability
old,
to
it's
be in a
just a
group
single
chat
digit.
for?
I don't think the Nokia.
Yeah, no.
There. Shit.
Well,
All right.
so I think that's a good spot.
Yep.
As you're walking out the door with a shard, intent to take it to Washington University, that we can call it there and fade to black. I'm not entirely sure. We could say something pithy with regards to the little extra caption at the end of the comic book. But stay tuned until next time, etc. Hopefully, it went a little bit long. Apologies. Hopefully, it will be able to be streamlined in the future.
Oh, for sure.
And we'll definitely, hopefully, have many more adventures to come. So let's do a quick outro. Start with Gideon Price. Give us your how you're contactable by and on socials and your Nokia. And
Unlike Gideon, ID or Night Wanderer can be found on Twitter, Blue Sky, and similar platforms under the handle Night Wanderer. That's Wanderer with an O. Or under the email nightwanderer@live.com.
Solstice.
I am Cloud on everything, KLAOED. But if you want to see me in more TTRPGs, you can follow the Hexagon TTRPG everywhere and anywhere.
Brown Recluse, or Seattle Spider.
Hey everybody. Ooh. Then we got the New Yorker for me. Hello everyone. I am Joe, better known as DJ Toridor or Nolafanger on all the socials now. Except for Blue Sky, it is Nolafanger. It's just not an underscore like I have for my other titles. I played Brown Recluse. What a shit show this is. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah. Yeah. That's where you can find me. I'm on the Instagrams, everything else. I do not have a Nokia. But yeah.
And Synapse.
Bye.
I, as we've all been doing, I am Lucky Red Sparrow. I played Synapse today, and I have entirely embraced chaotic energy, I think. More chaotic than I intended for her. But if you want to check me out, I am the DM of Taves for Tales over on Twitch, which we'll be starting up next week, I think. Again, after my break. And yeah, I stream normally on Twitch as well, so you can find me on pretty much all the socials as Lucky Red Sparrow, no spaces. But yeah, it'll be a pleasure to meet all you over there.
Cool.
I don't know what to say, man.
No, that's fine.
I don't do this normally. Like, my brain just goes, yep, We'll
have to write up scripts so we can all sort of just read them off. I will also, when we get this published, this will end up on things, so I will try to post everybody's socials. Everybody will have sent me the socials by then. And for myself, I am at Canadian Captain America or CN Cap America on pretty much all the socials, where I post irreverent things, sometimes political things, because some political things need to be said, and generally talk about superheroes, role-playing games, and D&D, where I do most of my work. I don't have anything actually else going at the moment other than this. This has been my and our collective vision for quite some time. You're going to meet the other cast of this ridiculous enterprise shortly, at the next episode probably. And yeah, so you can see us at various things. You can link up. This will be on YouTube as well once we get it up onto Twitch. And yeah, so we hopefully we'll see you all next time. I'll be posting this, and I'll be posting about the advertising. Hopefully we'll all be posting about advertising, getting it as much traction as we can. When I did do some recruiting for this initially, everyone seemed to think it was a great idea and very positive about it. So hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that traction and put out a decent enough product that people will want to continue to watch. But that's all up to you guys. So hopefully we gave you enough of a taste of these would-be heroes, if they wouldn't get in their own way, and many more adventures to come. What is the shard? Why is the shard glowing? Who was this?
Why
elf?
was my dumbass picking it up?
Will Gideon
Why
get
are they
WhatsApp?
touching things they shouldn't be touching? You know, the important questions. All right. So let's call it here, and we will see you hopefully all next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Uh,
And
Kill 'em.
stopping the recording in 3,
Excellent.
2, 1.